small king oyster mushrooms, and we get one shallot cut up, put them in the old pan, cook them up, and you put the shallots in first, then the mushrooms and the eggs, and here I am talking about how it tastes. So here we have the omelet. We had a shallot, fairly big one, cut that all up, put it in with some margarine, cook that first. Then I put the king oyster mushrooms in, which they look like this. They're grown so the stem will be the primary thing. They grow them in a low oxygen environment, and that way they get taller and the stalks get a lot bigger. And that was a container for $5 at Market Basket. So I'm going to say we could have made 4 at least really good mushroom omelets with it. Now, first we're going to try just the one of them alone. They have a milder flavor than some mushrooms. And, you know, if you cook them right, they still have a texture. Oh, when I put the mushrooms in, I put some real butter in too. And then, you know, I turn the heat down quite a bit. Then I put the eggs in, swirl things around. And now we're going to just try some of the main omelet here. It's good. The onion taste. You can taste the onions, you can taste the shallots, onions, whatever. You can taste the mushroom, taste the eggs. It's nice to see more different types of mushroom being available to the public. So they have places around me as far as regular supermarkets or whatever. Market Basket has the biggest diversity of mushrooms. King oyster mushrooms are very aggressive growing. And, you know, if I knew how, supposedly you can take these, you know, depending on how fresh they are, grind them up and use them over again, grow them again. And for this, what they've done is a toilet paper roll. You basically boil a paper towel roll, take it out, let it cool down, and then you crush up these and put it in the center of it. And after everything's cooled down, and they'll recolonize and sprout, fruit, they call it. Now to get this classic shape, though, you can have some type of container, and what happens is they breathe oxygen like us and expel carbon dioxide. So if you put them in a little container so that the container's open at the top, but it's above where the mushrooms are going to be growing, they'll end up growing like this. They'll be more stocky, and they're trying to, you know, have more stem to them. And in this particular mushroom, that's what we're looking for. But the king oyster mushrooms, I think, are a milder tasting mushroom. So if you maybe weren't that much of a fan of mushrooms, you might like these. And, you know, generally, where do regular people eat mushrooms? Well, they're in cans, so they're these brown, you know, slimy things. It's like, no wonder people have a bad opinion of them. But when you try something like this, where you have that nice texture, it's really nice. And here we've got the flavor of the onions. We could have done all kinds of different ideas, garlic. I've even seen with this, I was watching a video the other day and someone was basically making it to be a meat substitute. So, I mean, no, it isn't going to taste like meat. I mean, it's going to have texture to it. But the idea was they were using the same type of things in it that they would for a piece of meat, and instead it was this mushroom. And if you like mushrooms, you're going to like that. When people say mushrooms as meat replacement, they're using quite a bit of their own imagination. It's different sometimes if you can't eat something, substituting in something else, and you use all the same spices, and it starts to taste a little like what you wanted to eat, but you couldn't for some reason. But, they're still going to be mushrooms, and they're going to have that mushroom taste. Really good. Oyster mushrooms they have different forms they grow in. They decompose dead material, dead wood, certain types of wood. I think you can grow them in coffee too. I think coffee grounds, I've seen people do that. Thumbs up all the way around.